How's it going, YouTube? Right, we're having a look at another one of these little foldable e-bikes again today. If you watch this channel regular, you know I like things to stuff in the back of this van. And today is no exception. In this garage area, I've got another one of those little foldable e-bikes. This is the U4 by ihoverboard. Looking on their website, they do bits of all sorts, between those little hovery things that kids have, scooters and some e-bikes as well. I've put it in the back of the camper so you can see how it packs down and it fits there nicely in the back of the garage. And obviously I've still got room for another e-bike as well. Right, so let's pull this one out and let's have a quick look at it. This one's super quick and easy. Let me just put this seat up first and lock this into position. All we do is lift the front up, we fold it out like that, fold the handlebars up, and then we've got some little quick releases here that we can put over and lock it into place. One thing you will notice is on these quick releases, like on the handlebars and the one down there where it folds in half, it's got like a double mechanism so it doesn't come off. If we open up the quick release and let it fold down, look, this still won't fold back. As you can see, look, you have to slide it sideways and then it moves a little pin out of there and unlocks it, and then it can go down. Same when you put it up. When you put it up, it locks into place and it doesn't actually fall down. So if you've not quite got these right, at any time if you're riding and they do come undone for any reason, the bike is not going to fold up on you. Well, not immediately anyway. Right down there, look, it's got that little bit of metal. So when the bike is folded up, the front of it here is not resting the crank on the floor. I've seen a couple of them actually do that. They're a lot better when they've got at least something here, so it's not resting the bike on the crank. So that's a nice little addition there. When the bike itself got delivered, as usual, they always come really well packaged. This one was no different. It was all wrapped up inside the box, all nice and secure, plenty of padding so it wouldn't get damaged. All I had to do was I had to unwrap the box, take off all of the packaging and all the protection and stuff like that. And the only things not attached to the bike itself was the front wheel and the seat. So once I'd taken the bike out and unfolded it all up, put the handlebars up, what I could do was put the seat in, fasten up the quick release, and then that bit was done. And then it was just a case of putting the front wheel on. For the front wheel, I needed the little axle that came inside the box. Also in the box was quite a few other little bits and bobs as well. So opening up the box, the first thing I pulled out was a pair of pedals. We had to put those on as well. Next out the box was the axle that we needed for the front wheel. There was a reflector for the front and a rear light. This rear light had its own battery in it, so all we had to do is pull out the little tag and then the light would work, so we can change the batteries if we ever need to do later on with that. Next out the box was a bell that you can fasten to the handlebars yourself, which I've done, and also in the box was the charger itself. Mine had a UK plug on it, with me being in the UK. Next out, there was instructions, warranty card and stuff like that, showing how to use the bike and all of its functions. And also in the box we had a toolkit. Inside the toolkit was a full set of tools which you can use to build the bike, and there was also a spare key for the bike itself. It came with two. And in addition, we had a throttle, which is an optional extra which you can fit yourself. It's not legal in the UK, but I fitted it for science purposes. Once I'd unboxed that box, and all I had to do was fit the axle to the front wheel, fit the front wheel onto the bike, screw on the pedals, and then that was all done. I gave the bike a quick charge, and here we are now. Right, so going through some of the specifications of the bike, we have got on the back, it says a 750 watt peak power motor. A lot of people use peak power figures just to make it sound a bit more. What it most likely is a 500 watt normal motor with a 750 watt peak power. That's giving us a claimed 55-mile range and a top unlocked speed of 19 miles per hour. I've unlocked it for science purposes. Power in this thing is a 36 volt, 10.4 amp hour lithium ion battery with around a 4 to 5 hour charging time. On the top of the battery is a little power gauge there, which you can press and light up just to get a quick status of the battery if that's what you need to do. And then on the side there is the key to turn the power to the battery on and off. This is one of the first things that I don't like about this bike, is if you want to use the bike itself, you have to put the key in, switch it to its on position, and then the key does not come out. So you have to leave this key in whilst ever you're using the bike. I can guarantee at some point I would catch that with my leg and snap it off. If at any point you need to remove the battery to charge it, you can do that. What you need to do is turn the key to its off position, push it in, turn it again to its unlock position. On the back of the seat, it's got a little button there. You lift this button up and that moves the seat forward, which is quite a good little idea. And on top of the battery there, it's got a little handle that you can lift up and pull the battery out. On the opposite side to the key, just there, look, that's where the charging port is, so you can charge this battery. You can charge the battery on or off the bike. It's completely up to you what you need to do. To put the battery back in, it's literally the opposite. Just place it in, put the handle down, and then put the seat back into its normal position. You can hear it click back in, and it won't lift back up again until you press this handle. Once the battery is back in its position, turn it back to its on position, and then the bike is ready to go. And then to use the bike itself, just literally on the display, just press the M and hold it for a few seconds, and then that will turn it on. Up here, look, it shows us our power level, and then just below, look, it says assist. It defaults to 0, which is non-assisted, and then you can press the plus and minus just to move between the levels of assistant. So as you see, look, we've got 1, 2, and 3 levels of assist. Over here is the odometer. So you've got a speedometer there, which is defaults into kilometers an hour. And just below there's an odometer, which gives us our trip mileage and all that sort of stuff as well. Right, so also on the bike, we've got 16-inch wheels. These have got twin disc brakes on them. They're not hydraulic, they're just on cables. But for this price range, I wouldn't expect any different. But nevertheless, they are disc brakes on both wheels. It does say it's dual suspension, so we've got suspension forks at the front, and at the rear, the suspension is the seat. The seat itself is like a little sprung seat, so it does take out some of the shocks as you're riding along. And like I said, out the front, we have got an optional throttle, which you can fit if your country rules permit so. On the front of the bike, it comes with a headlight. This headlight is adequate for what you need to see what you're doing. To switch the headlight on the display, all you do is you press and hold the plus for a few seconds, and then it turns the light on. And once again, to turn it off, just press and hold for a few seconds. We've got a few little accessories available for the bike. We've obviously got front and rear mudguards, which you get with the bike. On the back, it's got a nice little pannier station there. A part of that is some little threaded holes. And what that enables you to do is there is an optional extra of a basket that you can put on there, and you can fasten it to this if that's what you want to do. One of the other things, which I can't decide whether it's a positive or a negative, because sometimes these are not the best things in the world, but what it hasn't got is the foldable pedals. Which makes it a little bit less compact than what a lot of these other folding bikes are. But on the other hand, a lot of those folding pedals can be quite weak at some points, and they are a failure point that will fold up as you're riding along. So I can't decide whether that's a positive or a negative that it's not got them. On the back, we've got a little kickstand, so you can leave the bike in its upright position when you're going away. It's got no gears or anything like that. It's a single-speed bike. So the main purpose of this bike is just a little commute or something like that, just to get around, which is exactly what I want for this camper van. So I think what we need to do now is let's get a camera and a few bits together. Let's take it out for a ride and let's see what it's like. Right, I've got to the woods and it's a pretty pleasant ride, to be honest, getting here. One thing I have noticed, the same as all these type of bikes, especially these ones with the little single gear, is once you start getting over a certain speed, you really have to pedal like mad to keep up with it. But you can go onto the throttle then when you get that sort of speed. But these bikes are really not designed for going fast or anything like that. They're just designed to be a nice little commuter bike to pootle about on, like I'm doing exactly right now. I can confirm that this is a cadence sensor because I can ghost pedal on it. If I just start turning the crank, the assistance will kick in and start helping the bike along. So it's not a torque sensor, but to be honest, for lazy people like me, that's perfectly fine. The seat is surprisingly comfortable. It's a really nice ride actually on this seat. And the suspension's taking out any little dips and bumps and things like that that I'm hitting. It's surprisingly, for the price of this bike, it's a smooth ride. It's actually nice to get out. It's been raining non-stop for the last few days, and we seem to have got a few hours of break from this rain, and the sun's come out for a little bit. I know it looked a bit dark in here, but I'm under the trees. The ground's quite loose, but let's try a brake test. Let's get it up to speed a little bit more. Right, we are going 25 kilometers per hour. Slam on the brakes, and that stopped me pretty quick. There's nothing wrong at all with those brakes. The mechanical brakes, like we said, they're not hydraulic ones, but they stopped my weight pretty well. On the throttle, I'm in the highest assistance level, so it gets me straight up to 25 kilometers per hour. And as you can see, we're dodging through the trees quite nicely. Let's look for a gap and see if we can get out of there. To be honest, for a really cheap little bike, it's not rattling or anything at all. It's actually quite sturdy. Right, so I'm going to have a bit of a ride round. I'm going to enjoy this ride for a bit longer, and then we'll go back home and we'll have a bit of a conclusion. Right, I've just unlocked it as well, just to try it out, see if that works. Have a look. Not sure if you can hear me properly because of the wind. If you press this plus and minus at the same time, it gets into a little menu there. So what you can do is you can press through the M. If you keep pressing that until you get to, where is it, P05. You'll see there it says 30. That's 30 kilometers per hour. Now if I press that down, look, that's 25. That's what it comes at standard. So what I've done is I've moved it up to 30. Press and hold those two again. That gets us out of that mode. Let me stick this camera back on my cap and let's see what it does. Here we are, 30. That was good timing. I literally just emptied my pockets of cameras and it started raining. Right, that little bike there, that's actually taken me by surprise. For such a cheap bike, it's surprisingly smooth and not rattly and comfy. As you just saw, we de-restricted it. We got it up to 30 kilometers per hour. Coming back up the other way, it didn't quite get there because obviously it's pulling me up a hill, but it was getting me up there at about 26. So it pulls quite nice, actually. What I'll do is I'll put some links down in the description so you can check this bike out for yourself. If I've got any discount codes or anything like that, I'll also put those down there. Overall, you wouldn't be disappointed at all with this, especially for something to throw in the back of the camper and use as a little knockabout when you're out and about in the camper, or a little commuter for around the towns and stuff like that. If you like this sort of stuff and seeing the camper and tech, tech and other stuff, and just really just random things sometimes. This channel's a bit like my head. I get interested in a bit of all sorts of stuff. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want to see some more random things. Like the video if you liked it. Comment below anything you want to put down in the comments. I do like reading all your comments. And I will catch you again in another video. Cheers.